Hey guys, it's Beauty Queen and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be reading another chapter of the book we've been reading, which is by Melissa de la Cruz, and it is Triple Moon. So I'm going to have to sit you up here by my light, but we are on chapter 8 and the chapter's title is You Better Work, Bitch. So, let's get started. Why on earth do I have to get a job, Daddy? Because it's character building. I have plenty of character already. Touché, Miss Molly, but you're still getting a summer job. There's got to be something to amuse you in Northampton. What else are you going to do all day? Shop? Do you realise that doing mineral work for 2.5 months will barely net me enough for a new handbag this coming fall? I realise that, yes, but many wealthy families who give their kids everything still have them do low-paying jobs as teenagers. These jobs are a part of their education. They teach the value of work. So you admit that it's a total pretense, sweetheart. If you and your sister don't learn to interrogate better, you're going to spark a modern-day Salem witch trial. Did you read the papers after those kids were killed? Did you watch the news? You have got to start pretending. If that's what you want to call it. We need all the pretense we can get right now. But Daddy, I'm a goddess. Goddesses don't have paper routes. They don't waitress or pump gas. You're a goddess who was cut off from her natural world. You can only use your powers if you assimilate into this one. Look at the Barchman sisters. Ingrid is a librarian. Freya bartends. They inhabit a disorienting space where nobody actually notices that they never age. Are you suggesting that I live here in the backwater forever to keep the mortals off my trail? Are you banishing me? This is a fate worse than death. Daddy, you must know that. Relax. New York City is a plenty disorienting enough space for you to spend eternity in without anyone batting an eye. I'm not worried about geography. I'm worried about the human authorities accusing and convicting you, so that or in higher authorities banish you to the underworld. I don't want to lose my babies for all eternity. Can you blame me? Okay, fine. I'll get a job, but can we make it fun? Can I be a sleazy jet-setting sleet of hand real estate tycoon like you? Molly, you're 16. Troy sighed. And I'm not that sleazy, am I? He asked, sounding wounded. No, of course not. You're awesome, Daddy. You know that. Look, I can dress way older, totally past for 20, and you should see the inventory out here. All these places with fabulous bones screaming to be fixed up and so undervalued. And the land, Daddy, utterly wasted on potato farms and fruit trees. It's scandalous. Molly, just listen. I would be the force behind the development and marketing of the next Hampton. We just need to put this place on the map. Take down that stupid force field that old Johanna Burnham put up a few centuries ago. Give Northampton a train station and a jetney shop, and we're golden. We're the new gem of the East End. Can you try to understand, Molly, that the point of this summer exercise is for you not to draw attention to ourselves, to fly under the radar, to be normal? You call disappearing from the face of social media normal? Please, will you just get a job? The kind of basic job that kids your age do during the summer, as we're established. Even trust fund kids do it. It's the American way. Maybe. That's my girl. I knew you'd see reason. Tell your sister I said hi, dollface. I've got to run. I have to make a call. What else is new? Don't sass me, kid, and take care of yourself, okay? Have some chowder for me. Manhattan clam chowder, the tomato-based kind. I swear it's not fashioning. Molly put her phone down her bedside table, opened her window, and leaned out into the bright morning. Her room faced the water. There were sand twists scattered on the beach below and a couple of kayaks. Matt was out on his paddleboard, moving swiftly across the bay. She supposed he was trying to stay fit as long as he could for his immortal wife. Poor guy. Good luck with that. Molly could see Gardiner's Island in the distance, with Fairhaven stately in its lush green grounds, ringed with golden dunes. Somewhere on that island was Cruzs Gardiner. Why had she blown it at the party the night before last? She had such power and such strength, yet she had so little control over it. Was it possible that Daddy and Ingrid were right? Did she really need to learn some discipline? She shuddered at the thought. She supposed she should get ready for the day. She stepped into her small ensuite bathroom. It had a Scandinavian feel to it. Blonde wood, white tile, a single skylight. She showered and dressed in a fitted wet sundress and a pair of wraparound cork platform sandals. She wanted something fresh, yet blinging for her job search. She kept her makeup light and chose a pale lipstick. Downstairs she found Mandy in an oversized Singler Ross t-shirt, slumped at the kitchen table over a pile of 3 steaming blueberry pancakes. Next to Mandy, Jo sat dreamily staring at her rainbow tattoo. The little girl had already finished eating and was absently running a finger in circles through the maple syrup paddled on her plate, lifting it up to her mouth and licking it. There was evidence of Henry's breakfast smeared all over his high chair, but he was thankfully absent, for now the white dress was safe. Pancakes, Ingrid chirped, handing Molly a plate of two. Molly didn't really want to be eating pancakes, but she couldn't keep herself from blurting out, "What, eat a second. Why does Mandy get more than me? I only have 2. She has 3. 4, actually," Mandy yawned. "I already ate 1. "Sorry," said Ingrid. "I'm afraid that's the last of the batter." "You snooze, you lose," Maddie said. No one else has been in the room. Molly would have snatched a pancake from her sister, but since she had an audience, she made a show of sitting up very straight on her bar stool to contrast her posture favourable with Marty's Solveny slouch. After breakfast, she announced that she was going to cycle to town to look for a job. Could she please borrow Ingrid's bike? Ingrid had a 3-speed painted a cheerful red with an oversized wicker basket hanging from the handlebars for trips to the farmer's market. As Molly pedalled through Northampton towards the main street, she wondered how much trouble she would get if she used a fake ID to gain employment at Ocean Vines, the high-end wine store next to the town's old-fashioned third-run movie theatre. At least that way she would learn something about wine to add to her culture and patana. She imagined that Cruzs Gardiner was a frequent patron of Ocean Vines. He certainly seems like a connoisseur. She pictured him coming in for advice on the perfect white Bacardi to accompany a romantic sunset picnic with a certain girl on the beach. She would play along, pretending he was referring to someone else until the last minute, when he would break into a sexy laugh and tell her he'd be picking her up at 6. Why couldn't she get him out of her mind? It was driving her crazy. She squeezed down hard on her handlebars in frustration and felt the press of the gold ring on the middle finger of her right hand. Last night, after family dinner at the local fish and chip place, while they watched television with Ingrid and Matt, after the kids were in bed, Marnie had slipped Molly the ring in a barely perceptible moment of sisterly bonding. Ingrid and Matt had not noticed a thing. They had been cuddling, which was sickening to watch. Old people should not do PDA as far as Molly was concerned. Molly sighed as she rode past Ocean Vines, but she was mentally distracted by the charming gunhan framed picture window of a gourmet shop 2 doors down called the Cheesemonger. Her eye was caught in particular by the display of a red-lined picnic basket with leather straps and a big brass knuckles. They were pretty metal plates with a floral design that mimics fine china, and pearl-handled cutlery. Inside the basket was an array of gourmet foods: wild boar sausage, cloth-wrapped aged cheddar, vinaigrette, artistical crackers, a tin of shortbread, a farm stand pie, a bowl of local sparkling cider made her want to lie on the blanket and hear opera under the stars, but she didn't even like opera. At least, Molly thought she had leaned her bike against a tree. I feel civilized in a place like this. It never occurred to her that there might not be a job for her at the cheesemonger, but it certainly never occurred to her that she might not be a suitable hire. If she had been honest with herself, she would have to admit that this charming sort of shop was not at all up her alley. She usually made fun of any person, place, or thing that tried to appear homespun. While she knew that this seat inside, she didn't want to acknowledge it. She wanted to question the fact that for some inexplicable reason the cheesemonger was pulling her aside with a magnetic force. As she entered the narrow store, a bell tingled behind the counter, and a pretty long-lashed elfin boy with huge cornflower blue eyes popped out from behind a door that presumably led to a storage room. "Well, hello," he said with a cheerful goofiness. "How can I help you?" Molly smiled sweetly and blindly. This was going to be easy. She decided to give herself the challenge of getting herself employed on the strength of her charms alone without resorting to magic, although of course she would do whatever it took. She was not one to follow rules too closely, not even her own. "Actually," she said, "I was hoping I could help you." "I'm sorry?" He began to fiddle nervously with a cheese knife in his right hand. He had sandy hair and mild, pleasant features. Oh, sorry guys, I've got a headache. She reached across the old-fashioned register and steadied his hand with hers. "Don't worry, won't bite you," she said. "I thought you could probably use some help around here. I'm sure you're expecting a huge influx of customers over the summer. And I have great retail experience." She neglected to mention that all of that retail experience was on the consumer side and not in sales. It hardly mattered. She knew what people liked. "Oh, I get it now. You're looking for a job." She nodded, bouncing her dark hair seductively against her slender neck. "I'm spending the summer in Northampton, and I would like to do something productive with my time. I'm very interested in a restaurant or boutique hotel career. I'm exploring my options, and I would like to deepen my understanding of the gourmet food business. I'm thinking my ideal hours would be from 11 to 6 or 7 during the part of the day when one doesn't want to get too much sun," she laughed. "That's probably your busiest time anyway." She added, gesturing around the empty shop. "Actually," he stumbled, "I'd love to hire you, but what?" She withdrew her hand. "Well, it's actually my mum's store, and she left me to work here for a few months. She didn't really give me the authority to make this kind of decision." "What? That doesn't make much sense now, does it? I mean, she left you in charge, didn't she?" "I suppose she did, but I'm not sure that we have the budget to." Molly was beginning to itch with impatience. She figured that if she worked on him long enough, she could get what she wanted the normal way, but Molly Overbrook was not known for happily bidding her time with such powerful forms of persuasion at her disposal. Why subject herself to this silly back and forth when she knew the end result would be the same no matter what? Before she had time to consider what she was doing, she had whispered an incantation and had him hand her a neatly pressed blue and white striped apron to match his, with the cheesemonger logo, a mouse with a bit and curled moustache embroidered on the front. He invited her behind the counter in order to show her how the displays were organised. "The cheeses are from countries from left to right. We have France, Spain, Italy, and the US. The meats are over here by France. Risotto, salami, and roast beef are all from local farmers. Do you know how to use a meat slicer?" "Of course," she lied. "And in this case we feature a few salads that I source and make myself, along with a daily Cruzs. I also make muffins and scones, and over there are the pies and cakes I buy from a wonderful woman down on Dune Road. People sometimes come and stay for lunch." He gestured to 2 wrought iron tables, each with 2 chairs at the back of the store. "Finally, the breads and other baked goods are in these square baskets back here." He seemed to gain confidence as he moved through his familiar little universe. He took visible pride in his wives. Within his limited sphere, she remarked with a certain degree of appreciation. He appeared almost passionate. It was sort of attractive, she had to admit. Suddenly he stopped talking and flushed. "I'm so sorry," he explained. "I have no idea how we've come this far without an introduction. Marshall Brighton." He looked down at his Converse high tops as her beauty was too dazzling to look at. Nice to meet you, Cheese Boy. I'm Molly Overbrook, and I start tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We'll be back August, I'm pretty sure, for another chapter, as we're doing it every 2 months. And yeah, the next chapter is number 9, The Deck of the Bay. And all my links to my social media is in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys!